سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. سبحانك لا فهم لنا إلا ما فهمتنا إنك أنت الجواد الكريم وقل رب زدني علما. قال الإمام النووي رحمه الله تعالى ونفعنا بعلومه في الدارين. قال الخامس عن جابر رضي الله عنه أنه غزا مع رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قبل النجد، فلما قفل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قفل معهم، فدركتهم قائلة في واد كثير الإغواء، فنزل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وتفرق الناس يستدلون بالشجر، ونزل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم تحت السبرة فعلق بها سيفه، ونمنا نومة فإذا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يدعونا وإذا عنده الأعرابي، فقال إن هذا اختلط علي سيفي وأنا نائم، فاستيقظت وهو بيده سلطان فقال من يمنعك مني؟ قلت الله ثلاثا، ولم يعاقبه وجلس. متفق عليه. So most amazing episode of the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, graphically illustrating yaqeen and tawakkul. So Jabir radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam with the Sahaba were in a ghazwa, in a campaign in Najd, which is in the northeastern part of the Arabian Peninsula. So as they were returning, so the time of Qaila, so the Qaila, the time of Qayluda, probably you've heard of Qayluda. Qayluda is a small nap that you would take in the middle of the day, which I would highly recommend. It actually is like punching reset. So if you'll take a nap in the midday, you'll actually get 2 days in one. So try it out, even if it's 10, 15, 20 minutes. So this was a practice of the people at that time, and it was a sunnah of Rasulullah full of barakah. In any case, so they had their qailula in a valley that had a lot of these awad trees. There were the trees of the desert, thorny trees. And so the people spread out and they found, shade wherever they could. And so there was a big tree with a lot of shade. So obviously that was given to Rasulullah. So he had his rest under there. And so everyone went to sleep. Now when they woke up, they were surprised to see Rasulullah. He had a sword in his hand, and there was some Arabi, a Bedouin fellow. So he said, this fellow, I woke up, and this fellow had actually taken, Nabi ﷺ had, tied his sword up to the tree. So this fellow, this Arabi came and took out the sword. Rasulullah said, okay. And Nabi ﷺ woke up and said, okay, who's going to prevent or guard you from me? Now this fellow has a sword, but Rasulullah has nothing, right? So what Nabi ﷺ said, Allah. Suppose we were sleeping, out here in the parking lot, and some fellow comes in with a pistol. Who's going to save you from me? Right? But you see, who has Allah SWT in the heart, in the mind, they're seeing Allah, they're not seeing the means. So, Allah. And another riwayat, so this fellow, when he said Allah, so this fellow, he just got, Allah SWT put the fear in his heart, and his hands started shaking, and he dropped the sword. So Nabi ﷺ took up the sword, said, okay, now who's going to save you from me? Now here, we don't speak with the tongue, we don't speak with the rationale, with the intellect, we speak with the heart, So Nabi ﷺ was speaking from the heart, Allah. Now the Arabi, what has he got in his heart? Not Allah. He said, kun khayra akhid. He said, be a nice guy, basically, in other words. It's an idiom in Arabic, kun khayra akhid, be the best of those who takes retribution, in other words, be nice. So Nabi ﷺ said, Atashhadu an la ilaha illallah. We give shahada, become Muslim. Now look at this, the answer of this Arabi. Now even though he's not a Muslim, and he doesn't have fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as, a Muslim should, but the Arabs, they had truthfulness. This is a quality that they had. They were true, if they give you the word, they're going to. So this fellow, he says, no, I won't accept this, because he wasn't ready. So he didn't say, no, and I'll accept Islam and then get out of this calamity. He said, no, I wouldn't accept Islam. But I won't fight you, and I won't fight people who fight with you. That was quite a courageous thing to do, you know. So now this fellow has threatened the life of Rasul. We are, you know, if someone even says a word against Rasul, we're ready to, you know, this is a fellow who has actually, you know, threatened the life of Nabi physically. And Nabi says, okay, go. So look what happened. So this fellow went back to his people and he gave this announcement. He said, I'm coming to you from among from the best of mankind. You see. So what do we learn from this? We learn a lot. But the main thing we learn from this is tawakkul and yaqeen. It's not something that we learn out of a 3-minute dars. It's something that we learn by living a life of iman and yaqeen, building iman and yaqeen. Then actually it permeates the heart. Then in that instance we'll be able to answer as Rasulullah answered. Right? At the same time, look at the muamala of Rasulullah for this Arabi. This fellow has threatened his life. And what was the recompense? He said he's not going to be he told the truth, and so he was given, the benefit of the doubt. And so look at the high akhlaq of Rasulullah. So even with his enemies, even those who threaten his life, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us sense to understand and implement. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. والسلام عليكم.